Hi, Church. This is Mission and Minister Sylvester. You are welcome to another very wonderful section of our broadcast. I feel this is very great news to have a very great news. What is the great news about? You watching carefully on the channel in the secret place of the Lord, you will know the work of the saints and the holy angels. While the Lord is with you, creating life, all that He calls His act. Now we're going to relate the main topic to the books of Acts, the book of Acts, chapter 3, verse 6, 7, and then 8, which have a connection, a real connection to where the whole thing is. And here is also what I did create whilst I was away for many other creation in the main garden. This is what we name Sea Coal. And then this is also a title, The Path of a Saint, connected to this same thing. And these chemical properties of the element or material you're having or mineral on the screen right here would lead you to many understanding of the much data of what they discovered in the Oti region. That's a very great news. If the Lord should be caring about somebody very important, then let's watch carefully. That we broadcast live the best of the news. All these chemical properties right now, in this you're going to find out what data we find with the news. Let's go according to source, and the main source is already certified many results. I am a creator, and let's go find out. Now, with the very main portion of wealth creation, discovery of nickel in Oti New region. That's the main section of the whole topic. So the topic had to be wealth creation. Now, we should be caring about, or we should care much about what the Lord said He is creating. So in the Creation Act, you will know that His activities and any other article written or narrated orally, we're going to have a practical field right now. So while we've been working on street and every other place and working with the mineral commissions, lands, and all of that, this, at the end of the day, we have a recovery of something somebody will say will be wasting your time. Now, I don't think we're ever wasting time. Why? Because at the end of the day, the Lord says He will reward. Let's move a little speedily as the work is of speed. Now, what is the speed? We're going to find out all this data comes with what? Why it's very important to code it. That I have noted. What is noted? The note date for this information reaching myself. I know what we've been doing many a times and more of all the usual calculated times. That on the 23rd of April, 2025, this was the main source captured also in this conversation. Now, I wish to have a time with you. You make a time and know what it says creation. Don't just desire or try to have it. But let's see your good works if it truly will create. Because in the scriptures, they said the Lord create. Let's see what the Lord has created. Wealth, maybe it's never a news, but once it happens, it's a news. And this day, just few hours ago, yesterday, was Saturday, I found out was my word that something has happened on news. And what is the news? On TikTok, we went straight away. And it's also connected to base. That made me the going and finding about this very special news because I'll be very grateful for having this. Now, it was on this 3rd, same April, which I would like to say, somebody is trying to say, what is the number 3rd and 3rd? Now, you don't know, it's much data encoded to this day. So unless you find out what this date it means, 030425, this same thing has been in the middle today, being 4th May. Yeah, today being 4th May. And yesterday was also a 3rd May. So this very date is directly connected to what? The news. As is a number. And when you add it, even it's going to be 7th generation, and today being Sunday. So it's nothing wrong. And adding even the year is what? Also what? 7, which will have what? 7, 7. That is 77. And at the end of the day, 77 would have gone to what? 5 and righteousness. And 5 into 25 is 5 times. So how many times the Lord would have done something? Now let's go quickly. Let's speed up quickly because I love this. I love this. Now with my winky eye is on the screen, showing what exactly it should be if I was really that person and the same person on the screen. In the studios, here we are broadcasting live from Teshi. It's very interesting to note. Take a look again as I created live before you. Around 2023, I was in that same area, Oti Region. Precisely, I was located on the mountain and in the hills and valleys where we call it temple. And that's why we have temple. That is in Konya, the main city that is set on hill. So we will be also delving into what many other details. What is the use of nickel? The use and function, and what has it got to do? What is the competition level? Now, this is very important. So if you are a person learning, already discovering, you will find out that this is a news indeed. For you to have found maybe something that will develop your area. What is your area? Where somebody cares not about you, then your mineral resources or what the Lord says He's creating. Now, do you know what the most interesting thing is? The details of all that they discovered, the discovery is about Sylvester. And why is it Sylvester? You will see the details right now. Let's go in quickly. Now we're going to take a look at what is very crucial and then what the Lord has projected to be a result after work. Now let's go quickly. I know you want to what? You want to get there even before my speed. Now, in the very book, let's quote it quickly to the doing of the Lord. First of all, very, very important to note. Now, in the book of Acts, chapter 3, verse 6. Now, look at what is happening here. Here is a typical connection to what we're saying. Now, it says, then Peter said, silver and gold had he none. He actually wanted to say that he hasn't got gold and silver. However, such as he would have given. What is it to give? He would have anything to give, and that is the only thing he has in pocket of what? Light and spirit. And what is the spirit? That is the chemical part you are not seeing. Let's see the reaction of chemical action here. Now he said, in the name of the said Christ, or the truth that was revealed, or the character that was played as GX, as a kind of the X-man of your generation in that time of Nazareth, he asked somebody, commanded, rise up and walk. Now this is the only money or the source of strength he could have given somebody that very day. This, don't be too hurry to understanding than the scripture that created. This is my path. So being a prince, I'm actually doing what it's actually connected to what? The life and truth. Now verse 7 says that, and he took him as what? The right hand. So he takes the right hand to do what? To do this lifting. And lifted him up. And immediately his feet. So he takes your walking foot also to be the bold decision that the light of the Lord. So the word that led you to discovery is this, that his foot and ankle. So this is the main word I wanted to mention. I should have added it to what? My part, but I know definitely I'll be talking about it here. That I will be updated and bring the other thumbnail, so it's not late at all. I can do it because I'm the same person who designed everything. Now, he said, an ankle bones received strength. So where they feel like you don't have anything, where the Lord comes in to play a role, then you understand the 77. Right here also quoted. That it takes what? The feet. It takes what? The right hand. It takes what? The ankle bone to receive what? Strength. Now look at the strength that we are talking about right here. Now, this ankle is the same thing they wrote as nickel. Nickel as a material or metal. Coded, very, very typical. Look at the spelling right there. Already I've shown you that anything will happen for a reason. Now look at the thing. Nickel and ankle. This is where it is. This is where it is. The name of the material or the mineral discovered is what? Nickel. And that in the conversation here, we find out that we have ankle. And it takes on only the or archangels or archangels or the act angels or the attitude angels to do this. So that's the main thing. Now, look at carefully what the Lord is observing here. Now, and verse 8 says, and he leaping up stood. And he leaping. You know what it says is leaping. Now, he leaping up stood. That means he was in the imbalanced motion or position as it is right here. Now it said, and walked and entered with them into the temple. So I came from Nkoya temple. That is it. So to say temple is the same as temple. Right here, right now. Temple, that's it. And that is the city set on hill. Now he said, walk in. And what? The king that walk. So if the king doesn't work, he wouldn't have been made complete to see all this. And what? And leaping. And giving what? Praise unto the Lord. And it's the prince that give the praise, all of that. Now you want to say welcome. Now let's go find out. Now the very detail. Let's delve in. So you know that it talks about silver, which is Sylvester himself, the shiny one. And then the gold. And that is the gold and silver. The Lord and his prince working together is gold and silver. And that is why This you cannot say you do without it. Now, what is your expectation? Okay, let's say verse 5. He said, and he gave heed unto them, expecting to receive something of them. Now, what is my word and prayer that if I have anything in, then the Lord gave it. That wealth creation came from myself, not blood money, nothing. But this is the main wealth. I told you the wealth is in the what? The vegetation, the gardens, the Lord's wealth in the leaf. These are the things. You cannot say that it takes blood or pouring of blood of somebody or being a part of it, any adventure that is not of the Lord to bring this wealth and discovery. It doesn't work out. I'm the one without blood. I don't do blood issue here. Now look at it quickly. I know you really want us to drive speedily as you love. I know most of you love the speed. Now let's take a speed. Now in red, we display. Let's get it quickly. Now we're taking all the details of the scripture and every number that is displaying on the screen. And you can find this happening on Mission and Minister Sylvester to search, to say it, and it is so written. To in fact find out, and then it's so what established. Do you feel like we are talking? Okay, let's see. We can look at some of the uses first. Yeah, look, these are some of the uses of the material. What's nickel used for? Here, money. All this is live on the internet right now. So to connect to the source is internet. That's the main source. All the findings I've made, I have it from spirit. I just even took a little sleep and I found out that I was around somewhere with people. We are already working. And so I found it. Here it is. So this nickel is a product or mineral. You know what they say? When they say mineral, this is also a name of a source spirit. To have it like connected, mineral, like you want to say mineral, is mineral. So here it is. That we have silver, gold and silver, like very important where they use it. In metal and slavery stuff and all of that. And we have many coins, money, paper, iron rods, battery, and for many other purposes, you can find it. Source is internet. For copyright issues, I've made sure we go also online because already I'm broadcasting live on my channel. And it's also live on what? Spirit Holy Virgin 7 on Facebook, live right now. And TikTok will be probably later. But of YouTube, we're definitely going to have it as it's also live right here. And most of the time, we also re-premiere. So here you can find out where we have the source. And you'll be amazed to see the formula that makes what it's about. Now check and take a look. Here is the word of the Lord and the doing of the Lord. Let's look at what it is. So according to the source, certified, here generally, you can have it with an AI even overview. Here, it tells you very well typical that in April 2025, commercial grade nickel deposits were discovered in the Oti region of this country, Gold Coast or GH. And I call it an independent state in that area because of the saint. Because it takes the work of what a saint to see the creation or the discovery. Discovery means that you've never seen it. It's yet to happen. It's right here, right now. And that if there was an angel, then we definitely see what the Lord say when we speak. He, the Lord, will establish it. So if I talk about creation wealth or creating wealth, that in an area like that, that is deprived. Yeah, that is the source of wealth. Why do you think we should have nothing? And I told you that you are not supposed to carry the wealth from the location like this and build Accra or wherever is built already. That is their wealth, and he said they waited for it. So if your angel return, you will see it happen. Now let's go on a speed. Var in this Oti region of what GH, which is Gold Coast, the main original land where you want to say you deprive it. Here, the things you didn't believe or trusted is right before you. Here, all the details you can find with this very mineral is what I'm giving you right now. How they put it out there, as you can trust in the very process. Here it is. I work physically on this as if I'm just in Accra, but everywhere it's happening, the Lord is with them. That's it. For he, the Lord that made his discovery, and the Lord that was created, they are working in time like this. As I told you, the Lord and his holy angels. Here it is. It doesn't take the church to do this. It takes only what? Who brought the word of the church or the kingdom to do this, or a real estate developer, and all that happens on the field. So during ongoing iron ore exploration, you know that already in Nkoya and Itapu and all those areas on the mountain, there's an ore. All this is what? Why the Lord will come in here in the sixth position of his own act. That is silver, or you want to say Sylvester, and reserve in the forest. And the forest where we see the ore is myself. Getting all this thing done. Unless you don't have anything like that, they told you the lion den. Daniel, and all of that. So if you don't know this, the Lord will never make you also find these things or result. So in an exploration, let's find out. Do you say a word without going to check? The Bible even told you. You say a word. If you trust that the Lord is indeed doing it, then you watch carefully and you wait. Until strength comes, then you go out there and then you do it. Now let's go. They said find out. Let's find out. That the find made by the GH or this country set as a country name. I will mention it. It's right on the screen you're watching. That the GH integrated iron and STL Development Corporation. Here, the very important name is what? GII or the G11 or G Pillar 2 and GIISDEC. Here you find it. It's really nicely written. It's very nice written. And it says what? And that the GH Geological Survey Authority. Also, the very important name is what? GGSA. That is where you find the SA, why we treated SA. It will be very interesting to note that the Saint, like Saint International. Now look at the Saint International. What should have been exploited or explored in that area, or maybe discovered in an area, and it will go international. So when the SA go international, then you have Saint. That's the word Saint. Already all these things should be what? Given to somebody, especially the one keeping the laws of the Lord. Now in this combination, is in an area having a name also, like this. But in reality, the temple is temple. The great one is in temple. And myself in a powerful place like to say I can talk. What am I to say? Yeah, that is a range. And the name of this community, I won't mention it, is right before you. Because the most important thing is about myself creating the thing and the Lord establishing it. Or the Lord and I, we're doing it. And they say, who are the one watching? The Lord and His Spirit. Now take a look. It says, shows nickel concentration. What is concentration? When I find myself learning or doing something in a more highest authority, that I connect myself with what they're doing of it. Highly committed. That is what it says, concentration. So when you see the quantity or the location of this, it should tell you the amount or the volume of this will tell how hardworking I am in this. Now, it won't tell you until we get to know it, the formula for this. Now, look at it. And it says that this concentration exceeding 1%. What is 1%? That is 1/10. 1/10 of all that they are saying. If you find that volume of 1/10, that is to say your Malacca or Milak or Malak. That is a Malachi. 3 verse 10 or 3 verse 8. You can find all this thing happening. That you give yours to the church or whatever, but we give it to where creation is, where we find the main thing, the source. So that's why we're talking about source. So to trust in the Lord, here is the doing. Now watch carefully. All that I'm saying, you'll find out that it is in the scripture. That you can only apply it here if you are the one truly creating. And it said this one exceeding what? 1%. It means it's gone beyond. It's gone beyond. That goes on to say, making it a commercially viable discovery. This discovery could diversify the GH or this country or the area, especially what the thing is happening, the economy, and all of that in that particular what? Mineral or mineral portfolio. You know, the portfolio is actually where you are taking the thing from. That's why it will stock more. Where you have many other things taking place in that location to say we have what? Oti Region. That's why we should see the things infrastructure built. I told you some time ago that where we are built already in this country or Accra, you are not there to build again. You are now to focus on what? An area like that. That's led to what? That's led to what? The mission. This is what we say is a missionary. This on a mission, you have got it. And that is also saying that, it's also saying that, and attract what? Or let me take it in that way you understand that this discovery could be what? Diversify in what? In this country's said name or the nation's name of mineral what? Portfolio. Like in stock. You want to say simply in stock. It will add to more of this country's stock and the world at large. But look at it now. That in this attract investment in battery metal supply chains. What is it? If the Lord is not light, how do you think we're going to get something that will what? Lead to what? Battery product or material for creating battery. If the battery doesn't produce light, how do you get it here? Thank you, 1945 in the timeline. So it's going to do what? It's going to add to what? The stock for creation, for what? Wealth, everything. As I on my channel, this same channel, I told you about 10 reasons this country, GH, is the best place to do investment. Is this not investment? Has the Lord not created it? Go and find out. A year ago, I posted it and I put gold bars on that and I've reposted it. This will lead to what? What I've done. So much that I've delivered so well. And look at it again. And it says what? Potentially positioning this country, GH, in the global race for critical mineral or minerals. As if this is not all, let's delve in the speed deeper. Now you would love to hear more. You would love to hear more. And on a more serious note, here this GH country or Gold Coast has discovered a commercial grade nickel in the Oti region. The finds was made during what? Ongoing iron ore exploration in the what? A location I don't want to mention for a reason, because the one doing it is the same person connected to the region. Range. So it's in the range of what? The great one. X what? The GH integrated iron, and I don't want to mention this word too. Iron and what? And the Saint L. So just put it right there like that. And the Saint L. Already you find a word in. The Saint L. That's what you want to say in another word. You don't know. Here it is. As I told you, STL. Development Corporation. Having this GII or G11 SDEC. You see that we got the EC also right there, delegated as you think it's a code. Having worked well, it's showing. And the what? And also the G, that is a health also part. That is a health. And a geological survey. So have we not been working on on the stream and on field? That with the authority. Then the authority also came from a Volta or Oti region. That's where we have the light from. So all this gave you much details as we delve on the very page. So on the track that this Lord is working something that is a news and continues to be what? The good news. And that's a more interesting news you want to find with this. Now, take a look in the advancement of this word. That when we get into atomic structure or scientifically, what do you want to say? Is the word nickel. So nickel, all this I'm taking from Internet Live. Nickel is a chemical element. So when we say L, there you know that element, the Saint L. Yeah, you find that. So the chemical element. So we're saying what? Nickel is a chemical element. It means what is happening, you will know. But the result could be as what is happening that you haven't known. That the Lord could be creating whilst you weren't here. And then after creation, there is somebody to what? To outdoor. And here is it. And it says what again? That it has symbol Ni, that is ni. Then we have a word A. When you add A to this word, you have ani. To say ani means ourselves. That is in Nkoyan language. And that same word is what? In Egyptian language. And that same word is a God. It's the name of a creator or source. Let me just say a source. So if there is no creator or source highly concentrated spirit, why do you think we should be exploring? Now find out from 2020 to 2025, all the discoveries we've made, you will be amazed. Something it takes maybe a century to even have once. Now in this range, we have many things you cannot count. And it says that the ni, and then atomic number is 28. That is Astra. It means I was born from Astra world or heaven. That is 2 plus 8 is 1, which is 10. This year I'm 37. I'm 37 in 2025. That is my age, not a woman, not a man. You know, when an angel is working, you don't need to talk about a man or a woman because I'm a virgin or I'm a verdict. I'm one with verdict. But the result of being a verdict is why what I've been doing as holy creation, well, the Lord has made it. So that the Lord will keep the smile on the face of the people in the location. Not how the politicians deprive it or a ruler authority thing. Here's the main authority. He said, it is what? Look at the chemical quality or the properties physically when you are now touching it. He is as what? He says what? Nickel is a chemical element. It has what? It has symbol Ni and atomic number 28. And this 28 connects with what? Astra, that is even multimedia. That is multi-TV. So it means multi-purpose angel. That is rainbow. And on my mountain where we have the rainbow Halloween all the time, and it's on the channel, live daily, I've taken it. That to expand to what more deeper side, then they said we should go deep. My prophet is a deeper. Now, in the deeper side is what you are saying physical that you cannot say you comprehend. Now, look at it. It is a slavery. They are saying it's a slavery. You can connect slavery to slavery. Hardworking, shining, silver star. That's all that they tell you. Slavery. Now you can take SLY, then you have sly. They say what? It is a slavery white lustrous. Who are we talking about? Luxury and lustrosity. Light and shining. It is what? It is a slavery white. So it means that a white slave who came to work. All this decoded today. But he's in the action of what? Where you are in location. That is a slavery white lustrous metal with what? A slight golden tinge. Here I'm connected to what? Golden already. That's the prince and kingdom. And I'll be talking about kingdom and temple and all of that. That nickel is a hard and ductile transition metal. What a wow. How can an earth or a chemical property or a dust transist or conductor of what? Light, heat, and things that you can say connect with life. That is connected to life. And then is a symbol Ni, and then melting point is what? 1455. And now in the Bible they told you that 144 as elders. It was a number coded to what? As you want to say 9. And this year I told you that many of the things that we find out is what? World at end. It means that the world at end. And having 1 plus 4 plus 4 is 9. That's the world end right there. And this degree Celsius, we are saying cut off point is 6 degrees Celsius. That is my own grade in the exams or the 19. Having all these numbers in that math grade. Do you want to find out again? It's on the channel already. But I will, after this, show you that if you will not find what I'm saying, look at it. I created this live with what? My SQL. This is the SQL I created. To say you know it very well, then look, you can see golden surface, shining silvery, and all of that, and in the quality combined or the covalent stature of it. And from the same way or place that I created this, look at the quality of the soil on my land. Like this, gold, red, in this, having a very situation like this, my own finger and thumb print on it. So the way we have a fingerprint. Thank you so much. Very well, thank you. And now we take more detail as it goes on. Very well, you want to know what it is about. There you see the action of, and then to continue even with the details about the atomic number, which is 28. And then the atomic mass, which is what? 58. 58, that is 58 point what? 0.6934 urine. You don't know what is the U. The letter U, my gate. Is at my gate. The what? The location of this U20 at just about Umbrella Junction on Century Road. So that the C, the letter C itself is representing Century Road or Century. And then we are the only one you can what? Travel from Accra to cross a bridge called Century or Century Bridge. All this in connection. And then you see what the card ID or the car's ID. And then this also about. So let's talk about the car's ID first. That is a 7440. What is the space? Or the race is what? 02 and then again 02. Just simply saying 7440 space 02 space 0. All this is coded to my gate right here. And it's on the channel. That the boiling point is what? 2,913 degrees Celsius. You would have gone high. Then the electrons configuration is what? R. So that when we add the STR, where we talk about the other Astra, which is what? The Astrea. When you add ST to the AR, then we got star. We got it right here. And it's what? 3D with another code showing 8 in power. That in the middle of 8 even is power. That is 4 on this, 4 on that. RR, R4, R4. There you see the R4 right there and S to the power 2. It means that the Lord is indeed shining with the code that can only be represented by S or the saint or the shining one. And my name is right, really showing the excellence of this work. And even the time I took that picture is what? Or that photo, right now to say on the lifetime I took it is what? Right there, we can say it, and I'll show you that time. Where the things I'm showing is live on internet. That's what I'm showing you. Take a look. What is the main use that we show you already in real property of what? Looks that nickel is primarily used in the what? Production of stainless, listen, stainless St. L. You know, I don't want you to say that word than what I'm saying. You know, already I'm the one showing you what it is. If I'm having a name, I know better what my name is by the Spirit or X Spirit. So that's why we're communicating the X language. So this is the X language, the X-Men and all of that. The angels, they are the one with the symbol like that. The actions of this light. That primarily in the production of what? It's used in the production of a stainless St. L or SEL and other corrosion resistant or corrosion resistant alloys. So it means that this is the best that you can mix to other materials to prevent corrosion or rustiness or damage or destruction. It means that when Sylvester or this great one is among you, what will happen is you're definitely going to have what? At least healing. It means the alloys are for healing. For healing other things that also came from the source, but they are different in reaction and characteristics. That is the GX. That it is also, or it also plays a significant role in batteries. What are batteries? What you tell me light is about. That particularly in rechargeable nickel cadmium or cadmium and nickel metal hydride or hydrate. You know that we've talked about all this and it's having a connection with that. Hydride types, as in addition, you want to say that nickel is used in coins, the money you use, the coin, the symbols of money or whatever I say, treasure or value for money. Here it is, coins. Then what? Electroplasting and various industrial applications like gas, which we always say that a new gas, you know, is in town, where we have a new gas. All these are the discovery and the news that you can say token already, showing or surfacing or throwing an overview of what we say is the news of creation. You know, this thing you say you are the one who deposited it is about just 2025, finally 7th generation, finding all this in the location that they said the one that is working as an apostate or apostle, definitely they also have what? Most of the things they were creating or their service to people. The Lord will not fail to reserve, even for them. That is what it is to understand the game. This is very important to say you have a news. This is a news. That a news that has a role to play in your life. This is it. Not to say that when I work as Sylvester Kwesi Queen, then you come and say that you are the one working. I don't think you understand anything, even with this system, where we feel like we are now having the what? The light. There, I told you, I found all these things on my heels where the light is already showing. That's what led to the mission on that exploration or that very night. To connect with every other thing that ever happened in the world as its pro-destined or pro-lead is this. That is the pro-mission or pro-400. All of it having worked. Then the Lord said, a bastard field also what? Each for an apostle. So if I'm the only one working, then all that they are saying, minus every other unclean, is representing only one person. That's why you can say anything, but you have to honor the Lord that what you have been called to do, as it was stated in Saul, that where you have been called, that you should go and work. If you are universally called, then yours is universal. But if you are in single honor, measure to you work in the specific area that you are called. But it doesn't apply to everyone. Some of them is just like that, working everywhere in the world, but it doesn't make it everything that is unclean. But specifically, even to talk about terrestrial, Vodafone, and GT, how they came to work, carrying their ladder, working every day. This is all. You don't know that whatever comes with their voice, when the Spirit comes, the people that you are talking to, they are alive, they are living, they are light with their Lord. So to continue, and it said, and various what? Various industrial applications like gas turbines and rocket engines. So this rocket engine tells you why space, US and their environs try to come around to what? To launch or to settle on your land. This is the soul of all the things. This is the soul of the connection that allows the people to come and work in the area. This is a connection. He said what? Due to its what? High temperature resistance and corrosion resistance. Now the breakdown here is a stainless L or stainless tin. He said what? Nickel is a key component of stainless SCl or St. L, which is what? Valued. So this is why we now place value on a virgin, or the one with the verdict, to learn the law or observe the law of the Lord. That is it. For its what? Its corrosion resistance and strength. Like how many times or how long I've resisted, or that I've gone through the hell of things, and I've been able to make it to 37 or 1. Right now, to show that the Lord is beginning to what? To do this. That many times the vision the Lord shown or whatever I've done is supposed to show, reflecting the location I was born. That I'm not born from any other place, to come from abroad or from Astra. That's why we descend. That making it what? Suitable for a wide range of applications. From what? Kitchenware. Do I not cook? So the chef, the same person who brought it, know how to cook. Kitchenware to industrial equipment. And it continues like that. Isn't this the greatest news? To say on the map, live on the internet, I've told you. Is that not what the Lord said? If we have any reason with him, this is the best. The best of time. Now look at the battery. Now to take another what? Source of it as batteries. Now the batteries. He said nickel is a crucial part of what? Rechargeable batteries. Like NICD. That's the what? The formula for that particular thing. And then NI space MH. All this will tell you, minus every other uncleanness, that the Lord descend. Let the glory of the archangels be made known. Then I show it. That we, with this, we tell you, are used in everything from power tools to hybrid vehicles. So is that not why we should have a hybrid engine? That we are not normal human beings. When angels come, they are hybrid. Like you use your car that is normal to you, but we have a super hybrid. That means a car that can fly. A car that needs an extra efficient power or light energy that can make it what? Work without even fuel. These are all the rechargeable and sort of what? Moving away from what? Maybe car or things that causes cardiovascular disease and stuff, and have what? Silent or greenhouse vehicles. These are all greenhouse vehicles that you can drive in your room and see no smoke or fume. Yeah, the vehicle is doing the same performance or higher performance even than what? This, in the gaseous state. But look at it, that the nickel from this continues here. It means that you needed such thing before you can have high-powered engines or vehicles. So when they were moving from those ones to an advanced level to light, it means that we finally made an angel time. That alloys, what are alloys? You learn alloys in school, but you don't know where we apply it or how we create it. Now, nickels did what? Nickels are a particle or particulates what? Or covalent bond or structure or structures of what? Things or atomic stature of what? Stuff like this. That alloy with other material or metals, such as copper. Do we not have electricity cables? Iron, for do we not build iron rods? So that if I work as a manager with iron nation and iron rod, cement, all of that, do you think the Lord will not reward us? Here is the testimony I worked. And what? And chromium, that you have Google Chrome. You don't use it for anything. All this will tell you the chromium or chromium or chromium. To do what? To do what? If you're one of us, yes, sir, to create materials with what? Enhanced properties. Such as what? Such as monel, which is what? Even the word that we studied as moneri. You see that it's an equivalent sound of energy in this. Yeah, monel. This one is monel, but the other one was what? Moneri. And this is the same thing I told you. Having it here. Now you can look at the word. What is monel? To equivalent of what? Moneri. Here we told you that it says what? Is used in what? Desalination or desalination plants. Did I not even mention greenhouse? All those things. And both what? And boat. Like boat. What are boats? Boat propellers. If we don't have the things flying on waters or sailing, how do you have all this situation? It means that we have a total greatness in news to say the world indeed will depend so much on the findings, discoveries, and the Lord who created it. It means that if I have led a path of light, we will see it rewarded. Now it says what? And what? The propeller shaft due to what? Its seawater corrosion resistance. Now you know what is wealth. If you can't walk on water, if you are not the Lord who made it. Now look at it, the coin age. So we are now finally in the age that you know what made a coin. So the coin age, it says what? Many countries use nickel in what? In their coin age. Now in plating, nickel or nickel can also be what? Or nickel is able to what? To or is able to apply to where? An area that is what? Electroplate or electroplated, or is able to what? To what? Electrotrated or electroplated. It means already formed. I don't want to say the word formed. I wanted to say the word born. And I don't want to do with the born too, but I want to say what? The action of creation. Act of creation. Onto what? Onto other what? Or is able to pair with onto what? Other materials or other metals to provide a protective and decorated. So a protectile. So we won't say protective. We will say protectile and then decorative coating, because we don't want to have any word called that thing which sound in the opposite act. Why some of them are taken to police station. That's why I prevented the other one to say STL or the Saint L. And that's the right word. That I'm not the one leading people to steal or rob. I will get it. But we are having the original creation, that is what? Metal or material the Lord created. The Lord didn't create anything in robbery. And now, carefully, it said industrial application. Look at how we use it in the industrial base. Nickels, high temperature and corrosion resistance make it suitable for use in gas turbines, rocket engines, and other demanding industrial environments. Very closely. All this is live on internet. You can find out. Thank you very much. Like we just mentioned, how the Lord has been faithful. Faithful means what? Connection that was made. It means we bridge a gap. Now, in the book or the slavery book, we have a book called Bridging the Gap. We have a special book written by one of the slave masters or one of the what? The people who were enslaved. And this is connected to what? 2019 Year of Return. Because I have a copy of that very special what? Book. I can even show a copy because I need to what? I need to expose it as I made it publicly and printed and pasted on our walls in Nkonya. So to have it now, we can say very importantly, the Lord was really, or the Lord being with us. So we have to what? Be that people to come, to come or calmly say, He is the one showing how the puppet. And who is the one carrying him? The Lord fly on the air or the life right here. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much for what the Lord has done or He is doing. Now, in more passage of this very conversation, there is one more thing I can say the Lord is saying. What is the Lord saying? Now, take a look at that. The Lord, in the conversation, or what I'm trying to say here, has a situation, a special day that you can say the Lord says He's going to use the very, to say the problem. When we say problem, it's not the word problem. It's a word pro and then blame. Like I wanted to say you blame it on somebody. And then who first did what they have to do and what they don't have to do. This is all that the Lord is talking about. Thank you so much as the only one who have led a mission like this. So you see that if I didn't go out there to the Volta or Oti region to create, as it was led toward creation of wealth, how do you think the Lord would have rewarded us? To say it is clear in understanding. Thank you so much.